grinding all my life. Sacrifice, hustle paid the price. Want a slice, got to roll the dice. That's why all my life I've been grinding all my life. All my life, been grinding all my life. Sacrifice, hustle paid the price. Want a slice, got to roll the dice. That's why all my life I've been grinding all my life. Look, I'm married to this gang. That's who I made my wife. Said I die alone. I told that bitch she probably right. One thing that's for sure, not a stranger to this life. Got a safe that's full of Franklins and a shoulder full of stripes. I don't know a nigga like myself. I say self-made, meaning I design myself. County jail fade, you can pull my foul yourself. Spot rage, swallow rocks, I'm getting high myself. Nah, damn right, I like the life I built. West side 60, shit, I might got killed. Standing so tall, they think I might got stills. Legendary baller like Mike, like Wilt. Some Impala thug life on wheels. Up against the wall, squabble at Fox Hills. Like a motherfucking boss, ask me how I feel. Successful street nigga touching them first meals. All my life, been grinding all my life. Sacrifice, hustle paid the price. Want a slice, got to roll the dice. That's why all my life, I've been grinding all my life. All my life, been grinding all my life. Sacrifice, hustle paid the price. Want a slice, got to roll the dice. That's why all my life I've been grinding all my life. Look, I got everything I said I was gonna get on my kid. In addition to that fact, I went legit. I'm the shit now, according to the way that I'm positioned. In this biz, it look like I'm just gonna keep on getting.
There we go. There we go. There we go.
Well, hey,
there we go.
This is Roberta, the team lady, and thank you for and I'm with Mr. Waits, aka your favorite teacher.
Your favorite teacher.
All right, now, tonight is my premiere of this podcast, so I'm so glad. I'm thankful for Mr. Waits for joining me.
No, thank you, Miss Lady. I'm like, it's your thing. This history right here. Shout out to my connect that got me here, but that's history for you. Right, Congratulations to you. No, seriously.
Thank you.
Yes, this your first one. Congratulations to you.
Thank you. And for one, I had two lineups, two bad girls, two baddies, I'm telling you, that I admire, right? And so when, they had other things going on because I had already talked to them about the show. And hey, Stacy, hey, sis. So I had talked to them about the show. Then they was like, you know what? And, which I could see they had a lot going on. Well, then I was in the office of my day job, right? Because I got a lot of jobs. So I was talking to my friend in the office, and she was like, hey, I got the right guy for you. Because I said, I want somebody, again, that's about it. Not nobody that ain't about it, right? And she said, well, hey, I got this Mr. Waits on, right here. And I'm telling you what, this brother, once she called him, right? Within a couple of minutes, he was texting me back. So that let me know this brother ain't no game, ain't no joke. We ain't gonna sleep on him tonight, right?
Look, I ain't want nobody to take my spot. No, thank y'all for having me, though. Thank you, honestly, thank you.
Now, put it all on red. Let me just give you a little bit about it. I was a single parent for a long time. I mean, a long time, 7, 8 years, right? So as a single parent, when my children ask me something, I always say, you can bet on me, right? And I still tell them that. If you need something, and if I got it, I got it. And if I say I got you, right? Yeah, it didn't come just with Mo 3. I'm just sorry to say. That's what I used to tell my kids, you can bet on me. So put it all on red. That's where it came from. You can bet on me.
That's right.
You can bet on me. And I'm looking for other people just like me that you can bet on. Now, Mr. Waits, I done found Mr. Waits here, and he fired. This man is on fire. You hear me? Not only is he on fire for himself, he is a serial entrepreneur. Not only is he a serial entrepreneur, he's educated. So he's a teacher also by trade. So he just got so many things going on. When I first talked to him, when I was like, okay, and I've been looking at his stuff, I was like, wait a minute, it looked like you're an entrepreneur. So I was like, I can't wait to talk to this brother.
Yeah. Let's get it.
All
Let's get
right,
it. There
now.
we go. There we go. You gotta tell them though how you said you want to let me in the gates. The gates, and you thought I had a certain hat.
Now let me tell you.
Nah, you gotta tell them that.
Now let me tell you, I live in uptown Dallas, right? Now, Mr. Waits, I let him know. I said, Mr. Waits, you come on through here, come on through so we can film here. He like I said, this brother ready. He stay ready to keep from getting ready. That's one sign of someone who's gonna be something, right? You ain't got to ask him to get ready. He already ready. So anyway, here he come. Can I touch your hand, sir?
Of course, here you go.
Here he come with this, right? I said, wait a minute. I didn't, I can't see that Will, so I didn't see the words. I said, I know he ain't coming up here no make America great up in this joint, right? So he walked on in here, set it down on the table, and I got to get a good focus on it. But it's making learning fun again.
Yeah. But see, that's what I'm telling you. You gotta make it learning fun. But this is the thing though. You definitely it confirmed what I wanted from the marketing strategy of the hats. At that time, there was being promoted at the time. The person you named, yeah, he not getting a shout out from me. That person you named, that's what it was about though. But I wanted to do the same color scheme, but the message is different, And I tell people that we can look alike in ways, or we can do things that's similar, but what is your message? What's your purpose? So with the make learning fun again, I knew that it would be a catchy thing, because it's like what you said, people would think it's a certain type of hat, but you got to know the message behind it. So there's just a little play on the marketing side of stuff. There's just a little play on it.
Okay, that's what's happening. All right, now, Mr. Waits.
Yes, talk to me.
Because a little bit about put it all on red.
Okay.
See, we're a winning circle right here.
Okay.
I don't know if you knew about it.
We ain't gonna be no squares then.
Right,
I'm in the winning circle.
We ain't no square.
I'm in the winning circle.
When I brought you in the winning circle, I need to know about you and what made you the winner you are. So I want you to back the train.
Great question. I'm ready. I got you.
Okay.
It's gonna start with my parents. Really gonna big up my mom. This young lady was still playing soccer with me in the womb, still running track, putting earphones on her belly as I was still in that womb. So when you say, when did I start winning? I believe I started winning, honestly, as God shaped that seed, because I'm hearing when she started, I'm just knowing, young lady, when I say young, she was pregnant with me at a very, very, very young age. And I thank her for keeping me.
Okay.
Honestly, because she could have aborted me. I'm serious. I'm serious. That's my backstory. I'm talking about young lady, not even probably in high school yet.
Okay.
Very young lady, still playing sports, running track. I'm talking about, I'm in the womb. So I feel like that's when I started winning right there. Before I even honestly came on this earth, like physically on the earth. Because in the womb, I feel like I'm still a part of my mom.
Okay.
So honestly, me coming into the world, I feel like I was already claimed as a winner. There's been stories of my grandfather, Andrew Jackson. He told my parents, hey, because I'm the first child, I'm the first grandchild.
Okay.
And I've heard that he told my dad that, hey, he gonna be the one, bro.
Okay.
So I feel like just early, I've already been proclaimed and ordained to win. Honestly.
Okay.
I believe it.
Hey, I got you in the circle. I got you. You know what? If I pulled you in this circle, this is the winning circle, straight up.
I'm serious.
I talk big, right? I talk big.
I appreciate
it. Ain't no be the place, but we gonna try. And you know what really made me see this brother as a winner, like I said, he continued to say it, is the fact that all I had to do was say, hey, I want this brother. Anybody that is encouraging to somebody else, right there, they tell you that's a winner. He could have said, you know what, I ain't messing with that lady. Or I ain't doing that.
I ain't saying nothing about no money to her, none of that. I felt the energy. I'm telling you, I knew it. Right. I'm glad to be here. I knew it. Right.
So now he said, from the mother's womb, that's deep. That's some of that Jeremiah stuff right there. I'm just gonna say biblically. He said, when I was in my mama's womb, God already say, I already know what I'm going to do for you.
Before I know the plans I have for you.
That's right. I already got that plan down.
Mm-hmm.
So this brother already say in the womb, and I believe that. I do believe that we do have missions. All of us have a mission. All of us have, you said purpose. I love the word purpose. Purpose driven. Everything with purpose. Because I think our existence should have a purpose. Now, could you tell us some of the things? Because I know you said your mom was a teenage mom. I know you appreciate her because she gave you life, right? Some of the other struggles, because some of the other struggles that you've had is as a brother.
Honestly, I would say the main thing I had struggled with is just dealing with the alternative schools coming up. I was in alternative school a lot. And as I get older as a teacher, a lot of people laugh at that, like, man, the class clown is now teaching. And I really understand it now that I feel like I got in trouble a lot when my teachers didn't give me more work. So dealing with AEP, juvenile system early, breaking in homes to try to get some extra money to invest. And I proudly say that I was wrong, but at that time, right mindset, wrong way of going about it. Because I promise you, I was doing some breaking in as a kid, but I was trying to get that money to invest in something to make me more money. So those are struggles that I had because I ended up being on probation. Probation very early. You talking about a teenager who has to be in the house at 5 o'clock. You get out of school at like 3 something, and then they'll let me go to football practice. But I also learned that God used that probation to get me to sit down. So I'm talking about a young man who had to kind of wise up early. I couldn't go to my senior prom. That was major. Probation officer was like, man, you can go, but I'm going with you. So at that time, a young dude, cocky, arrogant, man, I ain't going with her. She not coming there. So I said all of that was a struggle to me because they messed up my record early. So we talked about records getting expunged and all of that. But I love that part of my story because it got me certain respects and ways where people can respect the person I am now. I honestly know that people see that I went through some things. So if bro can do it, oh man, if he can do that, oh yeah, we can do it. So all of that was my beginning story. That was like the chapter 1, you know. So the story has been rewritten in ways, but it took for me to go through those things to see, do I want to keep living like this, or do I want to do something different? You know, what do I have to prove? Let's put that energy into something else in ways. The same way you can lead a team to break in houses, you can lead a team to break in real buildings. And what I mean by that is real buildings. So it showed me that I got some power. If I can get some people together to go hit licks, as we call them, go hit licks.
Oh, I know.
Bro, you got, you know, honestly, you got power to speak. And I mean, it showed me everything, how to put the play together. So that's the same thing he showed me later on after that, is that you can be putting some positive plays together. You can get people together for good networking. So now we breaking down those on the positive side of it and the legal side.
Okay. I ain't got to worry about your dough getting busted.
I promise I won't do that no more. That's no, we not. I promise. We talking about some early stuff. But I have to give it to you on the real, so I'm not up here faking it. And I'm knowing that somebody might be going through that where they trying to figure it out. Not saying that they actually doing the same thing I was doing, but it might be certain doors they're honestly trying to break into to get to the next level, and they feel like they can't get in, or they're not. Because a lot of people I meet, they honestly feel like since they have something on their record, they feel like that's holding them back. But as I tell them, it's only certain things that can hold you back from. You got to create some new ways or another opportunity for yourself. Honestly. So at that age, I knew I couldn't get no job with nobody. So at that time, I'm selling clothes, airbrushing clothes. I had a candy house. We stayed right in front of the bus stop. So all the kids getting off the bus coming to me. Made that money from the airbrushing, bought my first car for like $900. I flipped that for like, what I made, 13. So I sold it for like 22, made $1,300. And this is a young boy. And then from there, it just kept going. But I would say like this, that was the main challenge for me. And then dad being locked up in prison. And while that was very important, dad being locked up, and I see this now as a teacher and as somebody who works with kids, it's nothing like that father's presence. When dad around, there's certain things you probably not gonna say or do. That was my hero. So when he got locked up, I kind of looked at it as I got to be the man of the house now, even though I had Papa. But I'm looking at them young legs right there, that young man. I just feel like it was something I had to step up and do. Oh, and I feel like a lot of kids feel like that they have to fill that void when dad or mom is incarcerated. Yeah. They feel like that's their responsibility. And honestly, I've learned that it's not. That is not a child's responsibility to do that. It's not. I appreciate dad for sacrificing and doing his thing to trying to take care of the family. But it just showed me that, man, it's not a place I want to be. Traveling all those miles to go see him, writing letters, investing money into the commissary. And I said, like a few years back, that's why I came up with my books. We always saying put some money on my books. Right. Now I got a different way of saying it. My message is put some money on my books, meaning buy these books that I publish. Right. But I just saw my grandmother and them go through that. Honestly, like, man, getting searched down, them people getting touched on a certain way. Yeah. You couldn't really hug him. So that was a challenge for me because that was my dad. Right. That was my dad. So yeah, I mean, it made me strong. I'm straight. I'm not gonna say it knocked me down, but it just made me really shape up my mind of what I want to do. Your why. Yeah. What I want to do with it. Your right. Why.
And I'm glad, you know what? I'm glad that you said, you said, well, first I thought that I was gonna go ahead and I was gonna take his place. But then you said,
I ain't gonna lie, Miss Lady, I was trying. Right. Oh man, I was trying to take his place. And what I mean by that is I want to be the biggest kingpin. Right. And this is a young mindset. So as we do this interview, as I pull up with Miss Red here, but what I'm saying is all of that me wanting to be the biggest kingpin came from a father. And I honestly believe that if you a real father, your son or your child probably want to be like you. Right. Whether that's good or bad, but to that kid, you're my hero. Right. So I wanted to be the biggest kingpin. And then I had to learn, look what comes with that, because I'm in those steps. Right. I'm in the study to be the biggest. So I saw how a lot of negativity come with that. You can't really be around your family because you don't want people to come out the family. Right. So I then start seeing, man, if I love being around granny, papa, mom, what I'm doing right now at this time
gonna cause more harm.
It's creating a separation. Right. Those ladies were stressing a lot. Yeah. They couldn't sleep. I mean, it was just a dark place in my life. Now, I'm not gonna lie. I'm never gonna sugarcoat nothing. I was doing what I needed to do at that time. Right. But as I've got older, I see now, man, look at the difference in the peace that you really. I really learned peace. Yeah. I learned that I could sleep at night, because when you're in those traps, you can't sleep. You trying to worry about somebody breaking in. You worried about the police raiding this spot. You know. Yeah. So that led to me then the whole Plug Brothers name. That's how people gave us that name. Me and my little brother won, but that Plug Brothers thing ended up turning into music. Mm-hmm. And then God showed me, hey man, I'm gonna give y'all this music. And I'm gonna give y'all this song called Too Easy. But God showed me how that song took me out of the trap, Miss Lady, because I'm now doing shows at different colleges. I'm now going on the road, so that music honestly changed my life. And God showed me that, hey man, you're gonna take a pay cut. Yeah. You took a pay cut. And then he showed me, if you be disciplined with what I'm giving you, he then showed me it was more. We then started getting 2 shows in one night. Right. We then started getting 2 shows in one night, and then we booked it next day. So that's like 2 Friday shows, and then you might got a Saturday show. Right. That's 3 shows in a weekend. Right. I'm around people. I mean, people knowing your name. So all of that, I'm saying that backstory of wanting to be the biggest kingpin just led to a different energy. Want to be the best businessman. Want to be the best big brother. So that's why a lot of it made sense of the backstory.
Okay. I mean, wait, and it's your story. That's what I want to hear about here at Put It All on Red. We want to hear about the people who have struggled to get in the winner's circle. See, it ain't always roses. It ain't always. It goes. We all have a survival or a struggle. And I really like your why. Now, somebody said, "Do you still airbrush?"
Do I still?
Yeah.
Do I still airbrush? No, I don't airbrush anymore. And that was the thing. Just a talented kid, honestly, knowing how to sell stuff, very artistic. I know how to draw very well. But at that time, That's when we was wearing the airbrush clothing a lot. I mean, it was on your headband, your hat, your shorts.
Right. So you said, let me get something
So
changed.
we invested in the airbrushing machine.
Right.
Everything I did and made money, I'm invested into something. Even still to this day, we're gonna go get a food truck. We're gonna go get more books to sell and flip. I'm still about the invest and flip, the re-up and flip. Still about that. Still about that. It's just what I'm reading up with now. It's just what I'm reading up with is a little different now.
All right now. Well, you know what? Your favorite teacher, I'm gonna tell you what. We all got to be taught something, right?
Uh-huh.
We all got to be taught something. So I'm glad that you're here. And actually, the hopes is that somebody will be enlightened by your story.
Oh,
they'll
I'm
go
just
by.
looking for one. If my light, if that Matthew 5:14, if my light can just shed the light on that darkness of just one person, honestly, that's what God put on my spirit today. I'm not trying to please nobody, but if my spirit went over that one person, then that's what it's all about. Winning over that person who's in that darkness right now. That's why I'm sharing some things with you that probably many people wouldn't talk about, but that's the thing. I feel like a lot of people try to shed that light without telling you how that light came about. Because if you know anything about a light, it's gonna take some voltage. You know, you got to go through that breaker, you got the battery. It's certain things that got to work for that light to shine. And if that battery not placed right in that light bulb, or in that flashing light, it's still not gonna power on. So I'm just showing you how God has aligned certain things in my life where I'm telling you, I really got that light now because it was some darkness I went through.
Right.
But I'm just looking, it's that one person that I might be helping, and just really how I got to this point. I mean, been teaching in ways, the big brother of 15, 16 kids, but as I would come off the road from tour, I would then go to the alternative schools because I was the alternative kid.
Right.
I was the kid that people counted me out. He not gonna be this, he not gonna be that. I would think I was a great student and a great kid. It was just certain things I did. I mean, I did some massive stuff at an early age where people would be like, man, that's some grown man stuff, the way that was put together.
Well, brother, it sounded like to me you were dealing with some trauma. You know,
I ain't gonna lie, Miss Lady. I think it took me to just a few years ago. I'm not gonna share my age. I got my kids on here. I got my kids on here. You're not gonna get my age.
That you know what he cracked me up.
No, you're not gonna get my age.
I said, sir, how old are you? He said, I can't tell you that. So I said, okay, I can't tell him mine either. So we gonna keep going with it.
But that's the thing though. I think it just took me a few years back to even find my purpose. I'll give you that.
Okay.
That's why I was doing a lot at one time because I feel like God blessed me to be so talented. I'm the type of person I can just pick up some dude, and when I'm done with it, I'm done with it because I feel like I mastered it.
Right.
On to the next. Right. So what I'm saying is the trauma part, I think, let's go back to dad being locked up. That was vital because it showed me how I gotta hold my emotions in. Like I'm okay, like dad gone, yeah, it hurt, but I'm straight. So it kind of made me numb. And I appreciate it because what I'm saying by that is stuff don't just get me bent over and get me worried so much, dealing with stuff like that. So I think I've just learned that I was dealing with trauma. I think that I just dealt with it in a certain way, if that makes sense. But I ain't gonna lie, I do think it was some trauma behind it though, because I mean, you want to please your family, and I battled the best of both worlds. Dad was more so on my street side. Yeah. Mama street. Yeah. But mama gave me the books and the education too. So I want to please mama, so I'm gonna make A's. Yeah. But I want to please daddy, so I'm gonna be that guy in the streets too. Right. That's just how that was. Right. So I was battling the best of both worlds at one time, like an educated street dude. Right. Right. And that's a dangerous guy. I'm very good. I'm serious. I can go in the business office and handle my stuff, but I could also be in the streets and talk. South Dallas, yeah, I'm in South Dallas. I might be hang with you. But all of that makes sense of why I can handle it today. If that makes sense. Many people couldn't teach in no classroom where you're hearing gunshots. That's right. They ready to quit. They ready to run. But I mean, my neighborhood where I come from, and I was blessed because our neighborhood like a triangle. You got Keystone Pope, you got Hollow Point, which is Wood Hollow, and then you got something called Hampton Terrace. So what I mean by that is by being in that connection, my mom and dad from there, uncles from there, I grew up there. So it helped out when I'm talking to these kids and being able to relate. Yeah. I got many business partners. They'll try to speak to some of these kids, but the way they've been raised, they don't know that lingo, or they don't know their relationship and that energy. I know how to get with a kid that's from the suburbs, and I also know how to get with a kid from the block. Yeah. So I honestly thank God for that because it makes me a chameleon. Right. I know how to talk to millionaires. I've been around those people. but I also been around people who haven't had it. They've been from poverty. So it's always been a blessing to me. And I tell people, I wouldn't really change nothing about my life because it all makes sense. It honestly, it all makes sense. It all makes sense of how we came to this point.
Right. And then I wanted to talk about, go back to what he was saying about taking the place. Just a little FYI. And I'm glad he said that I couldn't take the place of my father, because a lot of people do that, you know, and they don't know that that's what they're doing. And a lot of children try to do it. A lot of parents, mom might do it with the absent father. Father might do it for absent mama, and the kids may all go back, you know, they may re-coordinate themselves. But the thing is, there's no way the kid can be the head of the family. You know, that sets a bad tone right there when the kid is put into the wrong person's, and they have not been able to go through that process. So that's, you know, that's kind of what Mr. Waits is saying. Hey, I ain't even got to go through that process, but I had already made my mind set.
I did.
All right, Mr. Waits. You know what? This is so cool.
I mean, Miss Lady, I told you this what we were gonna be bringing. I told you this what we gonna come with.
This is so cool. Now, Mr. Waits,
yes, ma'am.
If you had to tell someone something, what would you tell them? What would you tell the young Mr. Waits? How about that?
What would I tell the young Mr. Waits? Man, if I can talk back to that young brother, it's a lot I could say, but if I could wrap it up in a nutshell, keep shining your light.
Keep shining your light.
Keep shining your light, because as I really look back at that young man, I always been a bright, happy, positive guy. I just have a side. If it was time to handle business, it was that. But I really can't say that I was a bad kid. I mean, people love me. It's just I decided to make certain choices from what I could do, you know. Man, but I would definitely tell him to just keep shining his light, because I've built a following on that, you know.
Yeah.
I just think I made some bad decisions back in the day.
Right.
As a kid.
Right. And we all do.
But I don't lie. I learned from them because I'm not doing them now. Like, honestly, like I was thinking the other day, the police officer, he told me, he said, man, you finna go do 5 to 99 years. And when I say I was a young kid, when I got this case, I'm probably like 12. But I wish I could find this guy to this day to interview him. I never flinched. I didn't think that I was finna tell on nobody. That never came to my mind, because I did have other people with me.
Yeah.
It never came to my mind to tell on nobody. But that just showed you the type of young man I was. I did wrong. I'll take what come with that.
Yeah.
But that goes back to Dad.
Yeah.
Dad had a case where he could have told Dad didn't say nothing. You know, we kept it solid on our family side. Yeah. But that man told me, and I was thinking about this the other day. He said, man, if you were 18, well, first he said you're going to get 5 to 99. I guess he was pressuring me. Yeah. But I had to learn that, man, you can't get no 5 to 99. There's no 12-year-old kid. You know, they can't do that. But
you know what? Some do, depending on the
They can. They'll give you juvenile life, but how he was presented, they couldn't charge me as an adult on that. But I thought about that man at 12 years old. I never shook, never wavered of that man telling me, you looking at 5 to 99 years. Yeah. And now that I know what I'm knowing, police officer can't tell you that. That's up to the judge. You know, it's a lot to get from that. Yeah. But a lot of that is a part of my story, Miss Lady. This broke up my family in ways, because the people I was with were some family members.
Oh, yeah. Wow.
And man, that kind of broke up my family in ways, because I saw how family will hate on you in ways. I'm talking about close family.
Especially when you're the one with the light.
That's the thing, though.
When you're the one with the light.
At that time, I don't think they knew, or they probably did know.
You don't think so?
But it's just the fact that how, I'm talking about this some close family. Like, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So when we all on the same case, and I learned right then that family would go against you. I mean, they wanted me to go back to alternative school. Why he get out? And it's like, man, that's a part of my child story. So as I got older, I had already knew, just because we're called family, that don't mean family's going to treat you a certain way. Right. You'll learn that it could be some outside people that can love you, treat you, and have respect for you, and want the best for you. They ain't gotta be your family as blood related. You know, that's just one of the things that we learn, but it's a part of my childhood story. It's a lot. It's a lot. Man, moving to DeSoto was major in my life. Like I said, we grew up on Keystone Pope on Grayson, street called Grayson, 3017 Grayson Drive. Went to school called Jefferson Davis. Then it turned into Baba Jordan. But there is when I first met somebody I would call friends. Oh. That's the first place you win at ribbon on field day and awards. But we had to drastically move because it was mold in our house. Oh. So I feel like I had already had my thoughts planned out of where I wanted to go to school. I wanted to go to T.W. Brown. That's my family school. I wanted to leave there and go to Kimball. So when, as a kid, when you don't know what's really going on, and they took me from Oak Cliff and placed me in DeSoto, I felt like it was an animal being taken out of their habitat and placed into the zoo. Yeah. And the reason why I say that really shaped me, because when you already feel certain visions and images, can't nobody else tell you what you can see. That's right. You can explain it to them the best way you can. Yeah. But even if you painted the picture in front of them, their perspective of that picture still don't mean it's going to be your perspective. Yes. So when they moved me to DeSoto, I cried. Yeah. I left my friends. This is my neighborhood. Right. And as I look back, that might have been for the good. I don't know. Right. I don't know. But all of that shaped the man that I am today, of respecting space, respecting where you're at, and also being okay of relocating. Right. Right. Because I ended up meeting some good people in DeSoto, but I never forgot where I came from. Right. Honestly, I never forgot the place I came from. And I don't think we ever do. I don't think we ever do. It's like, you don't think so? I don't think so. I'm from a little bitty town. I think some people do. Because some people don't embrace where they're from. Well, they pretend like they do. It's a difference when you're not in the here and now. But in the here and now, I know where my fibers were, where they were formed at, right? I give you that. I know that. I know where my. I agree with that. Some people do be trying to hide it in ways. Right. But what I mean is some people showcase it. Right. Because I'm always thinking about that kid that's from where I'm from. And even as I go back to my neighborhood, I know they heard certain stories. And that's why I say I'm proud about the foundation I laid. It might be looked at as negative. Yeah. But in every negative, I feel like you can get some positive out of it. So what I'm saying is, I know the youngsters in my neighborhood have heard certain things that went on and they know about Snoop. Yeah. So you made your favorite teacher, Waits. But it's a guy named Snoop. Okay. Wait a minute. It's a guy named Commando. It's a guy named Snoop, Commando. Wait a minute. He done brought out two of the names, y'all. Hold on now. So I'm interviewing three people, y'all, right now. Commando, Snoop, and Coach Wade, with your favorite teacher, Waits. So hey, he's three-dimensional. This is something else. Okay. So you telling me now, Commando, it don't take too much of my imagination of what Commando could be. Commands. You remember I told you I was putting things together. Right. Organizing. Right. But that's why I say my story makes sense, because at an early age, I was putting people together to get a mission done. Okay. Commando, commands. Okay. Now it's just a different message. Okay. Still can be Commando. Okay. But what I'm getting people together for and the missions I'm putting them on now, it ain't gonna get you in no trouble, no legal trouble. Okay. It ain't gonna cause no harm to you or nobody else, if that makes sense. Okay. But God had to show me that to understand what I got going on now. Okay. Yeah. All right. So now it can be executive, finance, operations manager. It could be I heard him network with some contracts before we got started, right? Mm-hmm. So, but he was already in the winning circle, so he didn't have to do that, but he did. But so I can vouch for him here. Right. So it's real, right? But yes, this man right here has a whole lot leadership. That's right. That's what's up. Yeah, that's what I had to learn from it. Leadership. And even as I tell my kids, that was a good term right there. We easily throw out leadership, but I think that's what it was. I had some leadership skills, but what are you leading people to? Right. You can lead people to the positive, you can lead them to the negative, but that's what he showed me. If you can really get people together to do what y'all had going on, Oh, come on, bro.
You'll be bad.
Because it's all about the fishermen. You can fish for men in ways, you know?
Yeah.
You can fish for men. So that's why I say I never take it back, Miss Lady, and I tell people that to be patient with your purpose. Because if I would have skipped all of those steps, I wouldn't really understand what I got going on to this day. Because even with teaching, I can honestly say I think I had a lot of opportunities to teach, but my mind always been on I'm bigger than a teacher because I'm always thinking about the money. And what I mean by that is, as a youngster, as people was approaching me about teaching, man, I think you should go do this. I'm thinking about, look at the money I'm making right now. How could I take time to go be a teacher? Look at what teachers making.
Right.
But God showed me that I'm in a classroom now and I'm not focused on that school check.
Right.
You know, he's blessed me with things outside of the school where I'm not going in there stressing. And I tell my kids that's why Mr. Waits can come to the class every day lit, happy, because I'm not the teacher that's teaching for the money now.
Right.
You know, that's my purpose.
Right. Right.
So when I would get off the road with Plug Brothers, the first stop would be AEP. And then I was like, man, I started getting emails and text messages like, hey, you know, it's a little guy in here. He asking about you when you coming back.
Yeah.
So then I started saying, how can I get into schools more? I started subbing.
Right.
Started subbing. They got me in there. Okay, getting into subbing. And then one day at church, a lady by the name of Dr. Seamster said, you got a resume on you? And that was just so random. Like, you know, just like you at church.
Yeah.
And like you said, being ready, he always ready.
Right.
I had a resume in my suitcase. I don't know what for.
Oh yeah, I was thinking why
that's
you
how
did.
God worked though.
Right.
Why am I really with a resume at church? But I had my briefcase with me at church, and it was a resume in there. Didn't know why she really wanted it. She just said, "Do you have your resume?" She took the resume, sent me a text back like, "Hey, my son is a principal of this school. I think you'll be great with teaching."
Wow.
So that's how I really started teaching. I didn't go to no teaching school, haven't been in no teaching program, none of that. But once again, God had me connected with some people.
Right. Right.
So that's how I ended up teaching officially at a high school. And then from there, it kind of just trickled on and went on. And now we're on the verge of, we already have our own building for our own school, but right now just private tutoring, and we're doing our own thing.
Okay.
We're doing our own thing with it.
Okay. Now, I heard of some of your fabulous tactics with the children, and then you told me that you were an alternative child.
Yeah.
And for those that are listening,
they call me AP All-Star. AP All-Star, somebody that joker.
They rough.
But let me say that before we move on.
Okay.
What I learned from that, I would only go to AEP when I wasn't in sports.
Okay.
And that showed me something about the school and I was in. Not saying I wasn't doing nothing, but when I'm not playing a sport, they're gonna send me to AEP.
Okay.
When I'm in sports, kind of slap on the wrist.
Okay.
They showed me a lot about life and the politics.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
I got where you're going with it because they put a lot of money in to those programs in school.
I'm helping you win games, but when I'm not on your team, it's like, yeah, gonna send the AP real quick. Gonna get that boy a fresh 90 days. Yeah, man, I was an AP All-Star, but from there, that's why I can help that alternative kid. You know, I can help that kid at AP.
So for our listeners, what alternative is here in America is where they send children that have challenges, and it may be behavior, but it's mainly people or children that have challenges in the main classroom. So what Mr. Waits is saying is that he was one of those children, which earlier he did give us a background that would say why he would have, you know, it's hard to run a household and stay in class. It's just hard to do. And it's hard to be an adult and then be put back into a child's place.
Yeah.
See, so that's what I was getting around to. When you shuffle around people, as far as dynamics in your family, you got to be careful because what you're doing, you giving authority to that child. Mm-hmm. And then when that child come back with that authority, like, hey, I went to that school, they down there talking crazy, or why you talking this way, then you thinking in your mind, where he get this or she get this idea at? But see, you had already kicked them into that position, not even knowing.
Yeah.
Just out of survival.
Surviving. That's what we spoke on before we went live.
That's
man, that survival, yeah. And I ain't gonna lie, I think it was all meant to be. It's just like working out. You have to rip new muscles to grow new muscles in ways to be stronger. So I think that was a lot of my story and many others. We just speaking on what I had going on. But I honestly think that a lot of that prepared my mind. It prepared me for the things that I end up seeing later on in life, to be understanding too. I think I'm the most understanding person. Oh my goodness. I'm talking about, man, I'm talking about, it can be some stuff.
Right.
And it don't get me shook up. I probably understand it and I know how to deal with it a certain way.
Right.
I'm big on not getting tricked out the streets.
Mm-hmm.
Big on it. Like, man, if you make a move out of emotion or frustration. I was telling my kids that today, that a lot of the times when they say things or blurt out in class or, you know, kind of arguing with each other, that's because you're frustrated or angry. There's not no oxygen getting to that brain.
Right.
And you're in a certain zone where you can't really be successful at what you're doing or talking about. So you would do anything.
Right.
So
and you can't be logical.
You can't be really logical, Miss Lady. So I think that's where I'm at with it right now. Just a young man, grew up around some older ones. And like I told you, by me being on their probation early, I couldn't be outside with the kids.
Yeah.
I was on probation. I couldn't go to the parties. That's why I say I believe God really protected me on that, because at that time, a lot of the parties weren't really getting shot up too much like that.
Yeah.
That kind of came a little bit later on, but I knew what I had going on at that time. Yeah. And I honestly feel like God protected me from certain things. It looked negative that I was on probation, but by me having to be in that house on confinement, my name wasn't in the streets on certain things, you know, because that monitor letting you know I'm at home.
Yeah.
But man, I missed out on a lot.
Right.
A lot of the parties, like I say, my prom, couldn't go to prom.
Yeah.
It was so many things that I missed out on, I believe, but I feel like it was also God just saying that wasn't the path I needed you to go at the time.
And
so I kind of grew up fast.
Right. And most leaders don't fit in with other people.
I learned it.
Yeah.
Now, I'm not the person that didn't embrace it. I knew I was weird a long time ago. Like, and I say,
I don't use that word.
I use weird because we're weird in our own ways.
Right.
But I really had to learn that I'm not the one that fit in. Everything he showed me in my life, I was a standout. You the quarterback, oldest child. When I'm going around people, I'm able to mingle with mostly anybody, but your spirit will let you know, like, this really ain't for you.
Right.
You know? And I'm good on it. Like, if it ain't for me, I'm not forcing it. Kind of move around a little bit.
Right.
But I definitely knew that I was one of those ones that didn't have to be the follower. Right. Yeah, I saw that early. Like, I'm not a follower. Right. I'm leading. I'm that guy. Very confident in what I had going on. But this is what I'm going to tell you with, and we can move on. My peers and people that run into me will tell you, I'm a leader, but I'm also a great follower to the great leaders.
Okay.
I'm big on that every leader probably is also following something. I'm big on empowering people.
Right.
It might be just like my grand opening this Sunday. I could have did everything on my own, but I have vendors. I have 20 plus vendors, and I'm letting them vend. Didn't charge them nothing. Okay. They get to set up, but that's the type of leader I am. I'm a leader that also know how to delegate and empower other people.
Okay.
And I had to learn many leaders don't have that trait.
They don't.
So
they don't.
That's one of the things I had to learn, that I'm a great follower too.
And now someone wants to know, where do you see yourself in the next 5 years?
In the next 5 years? Oh, that's easy. I already got that planned out right there.
Okay.
I will have many sub schools. And what I mean by sub school is I will have many schools and venues in different places of the states right now. I'm not thinking of doing overseas right now because our country is dealing with a lot of barriers and certain things. That's a whole nother subject I can go in. But yes, so my brand's Your Favorite Teacher. In 5 years, that brand will be in so many schools because it's many teachers that are favorites, and not just schools. I mean, trade schools, different institutions. In the prison, you still have teachers that go there. So your favorite teacher could be an esthetician. Your favorite teacher is a plumber, an electrician, HVAC. Going back to our trade schools, I'm just the face of Your Favorite Teacher. So that'll be a big blog site with your favorite venue. I just invested in one in Dallas, but you'll have your favorite venue in Houston within a couple of months. That's not even going to take 5 years. So your favorite venue, VENYOU, that'll be something that I'll have in many states. Now, I can't say how many states in 5 years, but I'm already knowing that I will still be teaching because that's something I'm going to take with me forever. I'm always teaching. Now, will I be confined in a certain school? No, I won't. I will still be teaching in my own school. I would never do admin probably unless God just changed it. I would never be an admin type of person because that's something I would hire somebody to do, but I would still be teaching in my own school. I'm a teacher. I don't want to handle the paperwork. I don't want to handle the discipline side of it where you got to suspend the kid. When I speak of the schooling, it's all ages. I have people in my tutoring right now that's 2 years old, and I also have people in my tutoring, I can say 50 plus. I'm still helping people with their GEDs. People getting out of prison want to get their GED. I'm helping tutor them. So I don't put no age on education, and we still making this learning fun, and they can go with anything. Teaching people how to podcast, teaching people how to get a hat made, teaching people how to get books made. This is something I can teach them how to do. I'm your favorite teacher. I can teach it to you in a certain way. So that's where I see myself in 5 years. Around that time, I ain't gonna lie though, I think I'm gonna give my family that grandbaby around that time. Like they waiting on this grandbaby, this great grandbaby. So I can see that in probably about 5 years. I'll have me a nice young lady. Okay. Yeah, that might be 5 years. That ain't bad.
That ain't bad.
Not before 5 years, but I'm saying like after that 5 years, might have that baby a royal. It's gonna be I know it'll be a blessing from God. I'm taking my time building myself up. I'm big on foundation. So as I'm single right now, I promise you I'm loving on myself right now. Like literally, like I promise I'm not tripping on no relationship. I like going home by myself. Like just certain things you ain't got to worry about. Like, but at this time, I am being selfish. And I think some of y'all need to be more selfish too. I used to invest a lot of time and energy with other people and not really do it with myself. And that's very important. So I'm selfish right now. Not saying I wouldn't share, but I know that you do need to take some time with yourself right now. Dig into yourself. What do you like, not like? What can you get better at? Things of that nature. So, yeah, after that 5 year mark, though, I see that. But honestly, everything I'm doing right now is to unveil in that 5 years, though. Yeah. Really three. Okay. It's really 3.
Okay.
But yeah, that 5 year mark.
Okay. So basically, like Mr. Wade said, your favorite teacher, he is a tutor. He is a teacher. He is in the classroom every day. He does have a vending company that over in West Dallas.
Yes.
He also, it looked like you did lemonade or something. Do you do lemonade too?
You've been searching some stuff. She did her homework. Food. So yes, y'all, we do. I'm big on branding. So for my person out there who's like, man, I don't know if I need to put my name on this. I bet you right now you wearing somebody else's stuff, or your computer screen got somebody else's brand on it, or your phone got somebody else's brand. Somebody else branded and you bought into it. So I'm big on, can I put my brand on it, like my collar shirts, shoes. So yes, we do have our own alkaline water that we're working on. It's called a food juice, a food. The main thing behind it, I want people to be able to drink a good beverage, and after you drink it, a food. I want people to be able to say a food after that. Okay. So we are working on our own alkaline water.
Okay, because I was reading what it said. I said, say lemonade. I love lemonade. So I was like, wait a minute, he got a lemonade.
No, it's a food. Now, I haven't put it on the shelves yet. We're still working on contracts and stuff, but of the distribution side. But healthy. And this goes back to me as a teacher in these schools. I'm seeing my kids eat a lot of junk, and they're drinking a lot of sugars. Yeah. And I've learned how that really tears the body up, and our community is big on diabetes. Right.
Everything,
so
joints and everything.
We figured out something that can really help out the families, the athletes, and it's a good drink where it's not no additives. Everything is fresh fruit based.
Now, so like it's not gonna be no $5, is it?
Honestly, I'm not gonna lie. Honestly, the way the price point, and I'm just very transparent with people. Okay. When we're the first one starting stuff, we don't have the funding to charge 99 cents or the dollar, because I'm probably still investing 99 cents. Not saying these are my prices, but I'm probably still getting charged $1 for the bottle. Probably still having to pay $1 or $2 for the labeling. We already at $3 right there, and I haven't even put a liquid in that bottle, right? So this bottle, it can be a bottle. You got to pay for that bottle. Probably got to pay for the shipping. What about your labeling? What about your graphic designer? And then it's the process of making that drink. So I wouldn't lie to y'all right now, because y'all have played this interview back like, hey man, we seen you that day. You said it went $5. I don't have a price point on it just yet of what we're gonna charge. But I'm gonna say this, and I'll leave it at this. everything I've invested in, I try to probably be the fairest price. And my mom get on me about my pricing. So anything I'm charging you, I probably did my research on it, and I'll probably try to get the lowest price. Because I can make a penny out of something. I know that 100 million pennies is $1 million. So I might be making a penny charging you $5, but I spent $4.99.
Okay.
You know, so I can't lie and say the price point just yet, but only thing I can say is that I'm gonna put some on the shelves that can match the product of what they charging, and y'all paying for them other drinks right now, $5. Those new what's the new one on the shelf? Those man, it's a drink y'all going hard with now. It'll come back to me. But it's a new drink.
I know exactly what I'm thinking about.
It might be the Body Armor drink.
No, it's another one now.
But it's a drink that y'all got with this colorful label on it, and man, they are high.
They are.
But like I say, read the back of these labels and see what I'm going to be offering versus what they offer. But y'all will be seeing it though. That's the food drink though. It's coming. It's coming. Just like we got the food truck. The food truck is serving food that'll have a drink with it. So the food juice. So that'll be coming.
Okay. And is it going to be healthy food too, or?
That's the thing, Miss Lady. We have different shelves. So you have two sides of the menu. Okay. You got like vegan base that we was gonna roll out a little bit more. Okay. And then you still got the people who still want to eat certain things. Okay. Only thing we can do is educate. And because people still gonna make their choices in certain ways. But our biggest thing is we want to educate. And that's where that teaching come in at again. Okay. Depending on what your diet is, it's okay to have certain cheat days. Okay. But we want to have a menu where they do have an opportunity on it. But yeah, okay. So yeah, we'll have different things.
Now, what I really liked about you as well, while we were talking, this is just go back a little bit since we're ending the show, is that you said that you can be teachable. Yeah. In order to be taught, you got to be teachable. So, and in order to teach, you got to be able to comprehend as well. So I like that because that means that you are able to get the concepts as well before you take them out.
I'm big on them, Miss Lady, yes.
And reevaluate them, you know, like, hey, this might not work for this or this, but I'm going to try it again. So I like that. That says a lot about your character. Now, is there any, I heard about some of your fabulous ways that you do in the classroom. I've seen that you was a serial entrepreneur before you even came in the door. Can you just give us a little snippet of what if I came in your classroom, what would I get?
Oh man, when you come in my classroom, first of all, you're gonna get a lot of noise. Okay. You're gonna get a lot of noise, meaning vibrant energy. Okay. You're gonna see a lot of movement. I'm not the teacher that have my kids sitting down all day in those desks working out of the book. We're doing a lot of real life stuff. Okay. So we might be outside. Like the other day, I'll give you an example. My kids are going over weathering, like the evaporation, precipitation. So it's raining the other day in Dallas, Texas. And so I took them outside with rulers, paper. But before we went outside, we made sure we went over what is science, what is a hypothesis, an educated guess. Okay. So as we went outside, they took their rulers and I had them measuring how deep that puddle of water was. So I said, hey, I want you to measure it. But before we went out, we guessed. How deep do you think the puddle is? And how long do you think it's going to take time to evaporate? Okay. Man, when I say my kids had a good time, they measured the water and then it rained the next day. So let's just say that they saw how in a few hours or in a few days that water did dry up. So they really understand evaporation now. So you're going to see some hands-on stuff. You're going to see some entrepreneurship in the classroom. Okay. Man, it's a lot. One of my little boys, Dallas-sized cookies, he already got his cookies in American Airlines Center. Oh, wow. I got another little guy, Vincent McNuckles, made the newspaper. He's the kid who decided, hey, we need to have healthy snacks in the vending machine. Okay. So in my classroom, you probably gonna see, okay, that's another thing. You might see me sitting down and you might see some kids up teaching. Yes, okay. I believe that is a great teacher if I can give out a certain message and plant that seed. And they take it in and get it. They go right back to their board and saying the same thing. And I feel like the kids learn from the kids. Yeah. So I invite anybody to my classroom so you can see. I mean, that's why I say I love it, Miss Lady. Okay. Every day is a new day, and them kids are really getting it. They grasping it. And it's not everything out of the book. It's what your character like. Baby girl, close your legs. I'm teaching certain things. I mean, it's a lot. It's a lot.
I like that. It's a peer-to-peer. That's right. Now, One more thing. Is anything else you want to share with us?
Only thing I would love to do, I would love to shout out my business partners and vendors. We got a pop-up grand opening this weekend. So if you can see our flyer right here, the grand opening to the venue. That'll be at 1718 Bayside Street in Dallas, Texas, 75212. But just some vendors that I have. PNC Body Parlor, First Choice Scrubs, Grand Lux Tax Services, Resumes by K, Stand by Am Marketing Services, Ambient Aromas, Jones Party of 4 Event Planning, Breeze Brew. I have the Boutique Beauty Code, Beautiful Winks Lash and Skin Spa, Wealth Climbers, the Rare Artistry Aesthetics, Sister to Sister Hair Code, Butterfly Lash Company, Key Actions. I got Beauty Concept Salons, Heavily Urban Vending, Foreign Closet, Cowboy Plants, The Cookie Boss, DFW Lot Finders, Shining Star Dry Cleaners, The Waste Bead Parlor, Simone Sickers, Globe Life, American Income, Mobile Gas, MBAB. It's so many, it's many more. But I didn't want that to go by because that's what you get when you get with me, when you're working with me. Any platform that I get on, you there with me. Okay. You know, so shout out to my students, my 5th grade class, 5 best. I know some of them on live. Shout out to the team, AZ, Plug Brothers. Shout out to the whole Boom Squad. I mean, just anybody that's with me, you with me here. So, and thank you to you too, Miss Lady. Thank you to you. Thank God for how He ordained things, because honestly, we would not have connected if I didn't have that middle connection, honestly, right? So I'm always thankful for the way God ordained things. And I'm gonna leave y'all with this. That saying your name being spoken rooms that you're not in, that's honestly how we came. That's how we came together. But I think too, you have to give people something. Well, I'll take that back, because they can be talking about you about anything in the room. It depends on what you're putting out. So for me to get here today, I think the person that connected us saw something positive. They saw that I had something going. You never know who's watching you. Right. Sometimes people are just sitting back waiting on you to just keep going and get to the next move, and they'll reach out to you. So don't quit. You might not be getting the likes that you want. You might not be getting as many shares. You might not be getting as many follow-ups, but it might be that one person that's sitting back watching to see, I wonder if they're going to quit in 30 days. Oh, after years, they still going. Is they still branding themselves how they was the first week? Right. So that's what I would say. My name was mentioned in a room that I wasn't even in, but I believe it came from I'm laying certain seeds that somebody was like, hey, he deserved to be on there right there, you know?
Right. Because like I said, and then the awesome part of that the awesome part about it is that I had just relocated to that office 2 days before I mentioned it. So that's what's really great. Yeah, I just got there. And like I said, I was texting the other ladies like, hey, you know, I'm ready. Y'all ready to go? And they were all, you know, telling me, you know, basically, no, because we got something else going on. And I was like, oh, wow. Because they, you know, they baddies. They are top boss ladies. So I was like, okay. So I was just sharing with her, like, you know, I really admire these ladies, but, you know, I know they have something else going on. And she was like, so what is it about? And I told her, I said, it's a winner's circle. You know what I'm saying? That's right. God's plan. Yeah. I said, it's a winner's circle. I want people who's winning and people who are ready to win and people who are already actively winning, steady in the game, trying to win, you know, not people who just talking about it or people that's talking about somebody else. I don't want that. I want somebody who's being about it. Like he just named out all these businesses and all I could think in my mind was entrepreneurs. That's all I could think. Somebody watching some of them. You know what? If they can do it, I can do it. Right?
Yeah, and I ain't gonna lie, y'all. What's great about this? I mean, a lot of these are women. I only had like 2 men I mentioned. A lot of these are women. I'm just showing you. I'm big on the empowering side. Like, I'm on this platform. I'm gonna mention their names. Like I say, anybody that's partnering with me, I'm gonna always make sure I take care of you because it's not easy for people to believe in you though. So thank y'all for tuning in tonight. Make sure y'all are steady pushing her show. You got a great show, great platform. I'm pretty sure there'll be other great people that come on. I'm glad she didn't make history with her. She said I was the first one. I ain't gonna that was a big one right there. I'm like, what? Yo, shout out to my kids. Y'all do your homework tonight. We'll be in class tomorrow. This is our last week before we go on break. Again, that address is 1718 Bayside Street It's no charge to get in. I mean, I have many great vendors. They got products. We got a lot going on, y'all. And we'll be letting you know about our memberships. If you need a venue, that's the VENYOU, because that is where you vend at, y'all. Signing out your favorite teacher. Keep making learning fun again. It's too easy.
All right. And continue following me at on Facebook, the Miss Roberta, the tool lady. And I'll be getting my other sites up for this show. As you know, it's new, but I'm enthused. I'm so happy to see young men like this.
You got some good energy tonight?
I got all the energy.
Okay,
yes,
that's all that matters.
I'm ready. This is good.
That's all that matters.
I want to give a shout out to Fresh Start Real Estate in Oklahoma. That's very close to my heart. So I want to give it, and that's a sponsor. And I'm looking for sponsors as well, right? Because I want to uphold you as well. I want you to, and this is an international platform. As I was sharing with Mr. Waits, we're on all platforms. And also a great thank you to Power. We really appreciate Power as well. And that's it.
Thank you, Ms. Lady, again. Honestly, thank you. Right. I love you too, Ms. Waits, as mom. Thank you, Mom. She said thanks to Ms. Roberta. She said thank you.
Oh, you're welcome.
Y'all keep subscribing. This channel here is going to keep going. It's going to keep growing. I loved it. Had a great time. Thank y'all. Thank you for the interactions too. That was good tonight. There was many people on here interacting. Thank y'all, honestly.
Oh, yeah. That's my family. All right.